Pennsylvania's state system of higher education. 14 universities, infinite opportunities. This week, we explore the opportunities available at Slippery Rock University. First, we'll hear from University President Cheryl Norton.
Hello, I'm Frank Brogan, the Chancellor of Pennsylvania's State System of Higher Education. We're going to take the opportunity to speak with one of our presidents today from the state system. Today we have Dr. Cheryl Norton, who is with us. We're really delighted to have you, Dr. Norton.
Thank you, Frank. It is my pleasure to be here.
Dr. Norton has a long and great career in higher education. Started out in Ohio.
That's right.
And has a number of undergraduate and graduate degrees, including a doctorate. And I think in a fascinating portfolio of programs, largely, if you'll allow me, dedicated toward health, physical education, which works perfectly based on a number of the initiatives that you currently have going at Slippery Rock University. And by the way, before I turn it over to you, I will tell you that I am old enough to remember, as a graduate of the University of Cincinnati's College of Education, Slippery Rock State Teachers College. And as is often the case with our 14 universities, a good number of them started their lives as teachers' colleges. So at Slippery Rock today, tell us a little bit about some of the academic programs and some of the initiatives that you're working on at SRU.
Well, you're right, Frank. Slippery Rock started as a normal school. It has a wonderful history that goes back more than 125 years to a little town of Centerville, where the residents of that town thought in order to have a better career for their children, they needed access to higher education, and literally took money out of their own pocket, gave land and time and talent to create an institution that became Slippery Rock Normal School, a school that actually trained teachers. And we have never lost that focus in terms of teaching and learning and focusing on student success. What we've evolved to, though, is more than just a normal school, more than just a school of education. We've really developed an expertise in the allied health professions. And whether that's the exercise and rehabilitative sciences, whether it's physical therapy, which we offer a doctorate in, our athletic training, our nursing programs, our recreational therapy programs, our adaptive physical activity programs, and our new Masters of Physician Assistants program, we really focus on how does an individual maintain their health and wellness to be a productive citizen. We have aspirations to have a doctorate of occupational therapy, a college of pharmacy, and continue to be a public institution that works for the good of the public. And health is one of the best ways we can do that.
Well, as I've looked in my year and a half as Chancellor of this system, at not only our system, but also, of course, at the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, it's fairly clear to me, and I know to people who have been here a lot longer than I, that one of the cornerstones regarding the future of the Commonwealth are all things health. The opportunity to move health to a whole nother level of opportunity for the citizens, incredible job opportunities, and of course that great service and care component that you find in the health-related fields. And SRU is making us very proud as a great contributor in that regard.
And what we have found is it's not just the health professions, but it is also the business of health. And so our College of Business has contributed with healthcare management. We're working in the safety industry, partnering with Mine Safety Appliances, otherwise known as MSA, with some of the local healthcare providers such as Butler Health System, Cleveland Clinic, UPMC, to ensure that we just don't provide information about being healthy, but we understand the business of being healthy as well.
Well, you're doing some great work at SRU in that area, and if I can turn the page, another area, which is the issue of sustainability. All across the country, higher education is moving into the area of sustainability. Again, recognizing that it's not only protecting our planet, it's also the business of sustainability that goes along with that, turning out students who are equipped with the skills and ultimately the degrees to be competitive in the world of sustainability. You're doing a great deal in that regard at SRU.
We are, and to be honest, Frank, I'm not sure which came first. A beautiful campus of 660 rolling acres in western Pennsylvania, or the need to actually preserve the earth. But they've blended nicely in curriculum that allows us to really help our students understand their responsibility as good citizens. So we were one of the first institutions in Pennsylvania to sign the President's climate commitment. We have a climate plan to become carbon neutral in the next 25 years. We've developed the McCoskey Center for Environmental Education, which not only teaches about organic agriculture, but alternative forms of energy like wind power and solar power. We also are in charge and manage the McKeever Environmental Center to reach out to public school children. And frankly, we walk our talk. We have green products that we use for cleaning. All of our graduation gowns are made from recycled materials, and each one saves 13 plastic bottles from the recycle heap. So we try and ensure that our students walk away from the institution understanding what it means to be a healthy person and a healthy citizen.
You're also a leader in our system in the world of international education. Every great president knows and understands that if you can create an environment on a campus that not only allows the students to feel part of something special there, but connected to the country and to the entire world, they're going to be more productive when they graduate and move out there to the next level. Tell us a little bit about some of the international programming opportunities you're providing to Slippery Rock students.
You know, Western Pennsylvania is a wonderful place to live, but we compete in a global society. So one of the initiatives we've begun in the last 2 years, which really has leveraged some of the work that was done for the last 30 years, is to improve and enhance partnerships with institutions in a variety of countries. I just came back last week from a visit to Sri Lanka and Vietnam, where I signed MOUs with institutions to allow their students to come and finish their degrees at Slippery Rock and our students to have a study abroad experience. And this adds to 21 other programs that we offer our students, so they get an opportunity to get out and understand what the global world is like. A lot of these programs are not semester programs, and they aren't even year-long. They're over spring break, they're over winter session, they're embedded in the curriculum. It becomes part of the hands-on real-world experience that our students have.
I've been very impressed with something you do at Slippery Rock right along these lines, which is called Slippery Rock Care Breaks.
Yes.
Everybody knows at universities that we break between semesters and we have winter breaks and summer breaks. And oftentimes that is simply an opportunity for students to leave the university and turn off higher education until their return. Slippery Rock has done something very innovative with the use of that time. Tell us about that.
Well, that's really complementary to what we do on campus in terms of community outreach and engagement, having our students take advantage of the fact that they are responsible citizens and can make a difference in the community in which they live. So last year, for instance, we donated more than $500,000 of student time in doing work in the community. And we thought it just wasn't good enough to help Western Pennsylvania. There was a global society that also needed care, if you will. And so over spring break, we have 4 or 5 groups of students now that go out and visit other countries and help them engage in projects that they need to have a better standard of living. This could be Jamaica, it could be Uganda, it could be Bolivia, but places that we've read about, but we don't know about until we're actually there. It means helping to create citizens that care not just about what happens in their community, but think globally about the world.
Well, these are special issues for Slippery Rock and for all 14 of our universities. Slippery Rock has continued to rack up some fairly prestigious designations, and I wanted to give you an opportunity, if you would, to tell us about 1 or 2 of those.
Well, the most recent and one we're most proud of is to be announced as one of the top 150 public institutions in the United States. And this is really a combination of not only academic excellence, but affordability and accessibility. What it means is we are walking the talk of being that public institution that exists for the good of the public. We're also known as a best value institution, one of the best in the North by Princeton Review, one of the best in the Northeast by the U.S. News and World Report. Certainly Sierra Club and Princeton Review is one of the most sustainable and green institutions. So I'm pleased to say that Slippery Rock University has made its mark for academic excellence and responsible citizenship.
Well, we all of us in our state university system are very proud of Slippery Rock, what it has done for so many years, what it continues to do, and we're all so very excited about the vision that you all have created for Slippery Rock in the next 20 years. It's going to be a long-time player in the future of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and we thank you, Dr. Norton, for the time you've spent with us today.
Frank, it's always my pleasure to talk about the Rock.
Coming up next, explore more opportunities offered at Slippery Rock University.
Invest in me.
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 I'll be your future public servant.
I'll be your future advertising executive.
I'll be your future accountant.
I will be your future motivational speaker.
I'll be your future lawmaker.
I will be your future teacher.
Invest in me. I'll be your future videographer.
Welcome back to Infinite Opportunities. Next, we'll see how Slippery Rock University promotes activity as a way of life through the study of exercise science.
It's very common for people not to know what exercise science is. From program to program, university to university, it's not the same. You've almost got to look at what is exercise science at Slippery Rock. We are the preparing scientists. And what is science? It's a method of epistemology. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of going about building knowledge. And so we use exercise as medicine, and we teach people to think as scientists to solve problems, including humans. So exercise science at Slippery Rock University is a human science.
I believe that the exercise science program at Slippery Rock University is among the best in the country because we have a group of faculty who all have a mission to make this program the best program that can be.
And what we did is we went and found people not because of necessarily their expertise in the content, but because they really wanted to work with undergraduate students. They had a passion for it. And the other thing that we looked for that you had to have to get hired in this program is competitiveness. And so when you've got that sort of culture in your program, we've got these people that are enthusiastic, they buy into the mission, they can't stand to lose, and they want the students to do well, you end up with this energetic situation that creates a wave that you just ride, and we ride it to success.
The faculty are also committed to making themselves better teachers. So over winter break or over summer, we are consistently trying to improve and change up our pedagogical strategies.
We as a team in Slippery Rock Exercise Science have gotten together and we continually meet to build into our program specific things that will make our students better problem solvers and critical thinkers.
Really get engaged in their learning and have opportunities that other students at other institutions might not. So always using the students as advocates of what we do, and that's what we tell them. You are the emerging experts. You are the one who's going to carry the torch. We teach them early on how to be that professional, how to engage others, and how to make a difference in their communities.
We have developed a culture of rigor, and it is not normally what students are accustomed to when they come from high school. So they've got to make an adjustment, quite frankly. And most of them do, because what we've learned is that if you set the bar high, and you demand excellence, most of the students will get there.
We have physical activity as a daily facet of life. That's the kind of culture we're trying to create. So if you come to a university where there's a major focus on health and wellness, I think that's pretty powerful. So we're saying we're not only interested in the academic success, we are really concerned about their health and wellness, and we are going to provide opportunities for them to be more active, and we're also going to give them the behavioral tools necessary to exact those changes toward lifelong fitness.
We really take something that we stress in our own program, and that is the faculty are going to hold the rigor very high for the students with the idea that by the time they leave here, they're not going to accept anything less from themselves than excellence and high rigor.
I think it's our duty to make sure that we provide these opportunities for students and faculty and staff and administrators, but also give them those tools, make it so that it becomes a part of their daily life beyond college.
In 1934, 22 people started a financial cooperative. PSECU was born out of necessity, out of a need to provide service to people who needed it most. Since 2000, we've been forging strong relationships with educational partners across Pennsylvania, making strategic investments that benefit all members, including students, faculty, and staff, and alumni at over 20 university and college locations across Pennsylvania. Learn more about what we offer students at psecu.com/students.
Welcome back to Infinite Opportunities. Next, we'll meet a transfer student who's pursuing her opportunity for success through the programs offered at Slippery Rock University.
Hi, my name is Krista Klukin. I'm a sophomore exercise science major. I'm an SRU success story because I'm a hard worker and I've had a goal and I'm determined to get this goal. I chose SRU because it's closer to home and it's a state school, so it was more affordable, and for the exercise science program because it is so well known. What I love about my major so far is that it's so active and involved, and I really am starting to like my professors, and they seem like they all really care. I'm learning about my body and how I can use it with clients and for myself. Since transferring to SRU, my life has been an uphill slope of happiness. I feel like I can branch out more here because it is a larger campus. It's really been nice to meet a bunch of different people in my major and not my major. SRU has definitely offered a lot more diversity than my previous institutions. My transfer to SRU has been smooth and successful, mainly because I live on an LLC, which is the Exercise Science LLC, and it's helped me academically and socially, as well as getting involved in clubs on campus. I'm involved in Exercise Science Society, like my shirt says, Pre-Physical Therapy Club, LISPE, which means First Year Leader Scholar Program. I also volunteered for Special Olympics, which I really loved, and will continue that for the rest of my years here, as well as intramural volleyball. SRU has prepared me for a future in my field by giving me such a well-known program so that I can, apply for grad schools everywhere with a strong background in exercise science. My name is Krista Klukin, and I'm an SRU success story.
Slippery Rock was my first choice.
My best choice.
Because they have what I wanted to study.
What I wanted to study.
I love my major.
I love the professors. It's so much more.
So much more than a class. There's a tradition of success.
Leadership.
Community service. Helping me through my major and bringing about success for my future.
Slippery Rock has shown me the world.
The Rock prepared me for my job.
Slippery Rock University.
Experience the difference.
Welcome back to Infinite Opportunities. Next, we'll find out how Slippery Rock professors and staff help student athletes achieve a balance between academics and athletics.
My goal was always to have that role as a head football coach, but also be a role model in the area of academics. Yes, you can make a commitment to the academic world and also have a great career in the athletic world.
Just the combination of an excellent track program with the excellent physical therapy, exercise science program, that kind of weighed my options and made me want to choose Slippery Rock.
I came to Slippery Rock and I instantly felt at home with not only the coaches and the team, but the classes and the curriculum. It just seemed to fit me, and it has fit me over the years. It's been a perfect program for my interests.
We challenge our student athletes to be the best in whatever they do. We're very proud of the fact that we have the highest graduation rate in the entire PSAC conference. We're also very proud that we win championships, and I think they go hand in hand. Success in the classroom, success on the athletic field, that's what we're all about.
I'm on 3+2 track for PA school, physician assistant school. The rigor of the program has just prepared me, and I'm confident that I'm going to be able to handle the load and the classwork when I do continue and go to physician assistant school.
The exercise science program here at Slippery Rock is very challenging and it's very rigorous. They really help prepare you so you can move on to the next chapter of your life.
One of the reasons I think that our student athletes as a collective body has a higher grade point average than the average student body is the fact that we have a tremendous support system for our student athlete.
I know when we come in as freshmen, we have study tables, and that helps us kind of transition from high school to the workload, not only from our classes but also the track.
There's a bunch of tutors around, and there are long library hours and the writing center that can help anyone in need.
They'll have struggles. I mean, as you go through, no matter whether it's that freshman year or senior year, our coaches have a very close relationship, and as a result, we can help them in the area of academics, we can help them in the area of athletics, but I think most importantly, we help them in the area of life.
They always tell us from the very first meeting that we have, we're students first, we need to stay ahead of our schoolwork. It's going to be hard, but we need to just keep our grades up. They're always willing to make accommodations or compromises for us so that we can get what we need to get done.
They also understand that how much athletics mean to me, and they are completely supportive in helping me out to achieve my goals.
We're very proud of the success that our football program has had. We've just recently won our 3rd consecutive PSAC Western Division Championship, 4 out of the last 5 years. I think that is a testament to the quality of the student athletes that we bring into this program.
I would recommend to any Pennsylvania high school student to attend a Pennsylvania State University. And because of the quality of the academics and the quality of the athletics, they are second to none, and they definitely will help you get to the places that you want to be in life.
We make about 45 million pounds of chips in a quarter. That equates to about 200 million pounds of potatoes, which is quite a few. What's interesting with M&T is they're a small town bank, and as we've grown, they've also grown with us. They've got the resources that you would need in order to go big, but they also have that friendly local community feel so that it makes it seem easier than it probably is.
Welcome back to Infinite Opportunities. Next, we'll learn how Slippery Rock students embrace the concept of helping yourself by helping others.
We're the only Western Pennsylvania school that offers nonprofit as a study. Definitely something to be proud about.
I think our goal here at Slippery Rock is to not only educate the student on an academic level, but also really expand their knowledge base in terms of their out-of-classroom experiences to really promote leadership development while they're here. Our entire vision and mission is to create those transformative experiences.
The nonprofits that we approach want our students because when the students send a resume, it says, I've taken a course in philanthropy and fundraising. I've taken a course in introduction to nonprofit management. They understand, if you will, the front of the house and the back of the house.
By learning the ins and outs of a nonprofit, I know the backbone of the nonprofit and how that nonprofit is surviving. I know the many different areas of a nonprofit that I can make a living in, whether it be the financial side, the management side, the board structure. I kind of really broadened my idea of what a nonprofit is through my classes.
The students in my class will tell you that it's rigorous. There are very high expectations. I tell them from the beginning, the clients and the people and the causes that you're working for deserve the best and the brightest. There are variables that you can't control, and you have to still figure out, as I say to them, figure out how to feed the babies.
Seeing the workload that you have to put in for school alone is a lot, and then having work on top of that or other extracurricular activities plays a large part in skill building. It's a lot of time management, a lot of extra time you're going to have to put in general, so it makes me work harder in the classroom and outside of school to do the best that I can every day.
So the economic impact of service is very substantial. It was over $1.5 million last year of our students through the service hours that they participated in. It had such an impact on our local communities.
So far this year, we volunteered in Pittsburgh at the Great Race, so we helped do the finish line water stations. We also are going to the Grove City Salvation Army next week actually and helping out there. And then next semester is our big event of the year called Color the Rock. It's a color run we put on, and the proceeds toward that goes to our scholarship fund. And every year it showcases a faculty member. Last year it was in honor of a faculty member who was battling breast cancer.
We do have students that participate in a variety of activities, and it can be anything from helping internationally going into a school and helping educate or provide programs within a school.
And so once they realize that they have the power to make a difference, that sort of becomes addictive in some ways because they're just hungrier and hungrier and hungrier to learn and to practice what they're learning.
When I first started, it's like I never considered wanting to be top management. But now, instead of just getting that paycheck, that pay raise, now I see that we have clients. I want to be able to help those clients.
Probably the best part of my job, watching them develop in ways that I think they never realized were possible.
Going out into the community, whether it's Slippery Rock or we go to Pittsburgh a lot, and helping the community out, it's really rewarding in itself because you know that you get that feeling that you're helping others.
Growing up and knowing that the golden rule was to treat others as you would like to be treated yourself has played a large part. I definitely want to continue to impact people in my life.
The way I think has changed. It's like because now I'm thinking about more than what I want. I'm thinking about how I'm going to help an organization grow. How am I going to help someone with special needs? How am I going to get through the week? What's going to go on in a month, in a year? It's like I'm thinking further ahead. So yeah, I've definitely changed.
Come back next week to learn more of the infinite opportunities at the state system's 14 universities, or visit us online.